Good morning and good day. Good morning and good day. Welcome back to another installment, another episode of Kingdom Things Podcast with me, your host, Ashley Nicole Phillips. I am a spiritual practitioner, spiritual healer by the way of God, Goddess, the Most High, Source, the Supreme Creator, the Central Sun, whatever you like to call the energy, the force, the power behind all that is. That is who appointed me in my position of being a spiritual healer, a spiritual practitioner. Okay, y'all, we're going to get into it today. We are going to get into it today. Okay. All right. So as a collective, as individuals and as a collective, humanity is going through ascension. What is ascension? Ascension is the expansion of our consciousnesses. Ascension is the expansion of our consciousnesses. So the programs that we've been fed, the programs we've been indoctrinated with, the teachings we've been indoctrinated with that told us what reality is, the programmings that told us what reality is, the programs that told us who we are, what we can do, and how our bodies function and operate. These programmings are limiting beliefs, limitations that we are expanding beyond. So ascension, we are expanding beyond what we thought we knew to be true. So ascension, humanity is expanding beyond what we thought we knew to be true. Now with ascension, we go through as individuals and as a collective, because what we've been programmed to believe that we are bodies. We've been programmed to believe that we're physicality, that we are our bodies. But we are in our truest form, in our truest sense, we are energies. We are energies, we are spirits. We are energies seated with the energy of the Most High Creator. So God, Goddess, Source, Father, Mother, God, the Central Sun. Again, whatever you like to call the power behind what is. In our truest sense, we are not our bodies. We are not our bodies. We are not physicality. We are energies seated with the energy of the Most High Creator. Seated with the energy of the Most High Creator. So we've been fed programmings and indoctrinations, not just in this lifetimes, but passed down from generations, so thousands of years, generational inheritances that have been programmed into our DNA. So it's not the things that we've been taught that are our reality, that are our truths, are programmed into our DNA. And with ascension, humanity, we're expanding outside of the box that we've been placed in. So with ascension, humanity, we're expanding outside of that box that we've been programmed in for thousands of years. The programs that are in our actual DNA. We are stretching outside of this box. We are reprogramming our DNA. We are reprogramming our energetic knowings. So that's what ascension is. We're expanding as a collective, as individuals. Now this process it triggers a lot of fears. It triggers a lot of perceived suffering. And me, myself, the reason why I'm super excited about this episode, I like to say that I've gone through many deaths and rebirths just in the last 2 years alone. Deaths and rebirths. And when I say deaths and rebirths, so the energies that I hold, the beliefs that I hold, the thoughts that I hold, that I believe to be my truth, that I identify myself as, this is who I am. These beliefs and thoughts and energies that I hold, this is who I am. I've been guided to release those energies in order to step into a more expanded version of myself. So that's what I mean when I say deaths and rebirths. So we go through this process on an individual basis where we're guided to let go of these energies, these thoughts and beliefs that we identify ourselves as, in order to step into new beliefs, new energies, in order to expand into new energies as individuals and as a collective. And these new energies are more expansive. They hold more knowledge. They hold more capabilities. They hold more possibilities. When we box ourselves into these boxes that say, this is who I am, this is what I believe, this is the energies that I hold, we are limiting ourselves to what we can become, what we can do, and what we are. Again, in our truest sense, we are energies seated with the energy of the Most High Creator. So with being seated with the energy of the Most High Creator, we are creators in and of our own rights. We are creators in and of our own rights. And we incarnate into this earth realm as human beings to continue the process of creation. So we are energy seated with the energy of the Most High Creator. We incarnate into the human realm as human beings to continue the creating process. So we're here to create. We're here to create using our powers and our internal powers, our life force. We are here to create with using our life force. And what is our life force? It is that spark of the divine within. It is that spark of God, Goddess within. It is a spark of Source within. It's a spark of the Supreme Creator within. So we incarnate in the human realm, in the earth realm as human beings, energies seated with the Most High Creator, with life force energy. So energies seated with life force energy, incarnated as human beings. We are here to continue the process of creation. So we're here to create using our own life force, our internal energy, our truth. We're here to use our own life force to create, learn from our creations, and then create some more, expand and grow. So as Ascension, as individuals and as a collective, we are growing outside of the boxes that we were placed in, that we placed ourselves in, by identifying with these thoughts, beliefs, and physicality. So as individuals and as a collective humanity, we are ascending. So we're growing outside of these boxes that we're placed in and that we place ourselves in, which identify ourselves as these thoughts, beliefs, and physicality. So last night was a death and rebirth process for myself. Was a death and rebirth process for myself. And again, I've gone through this a few times. So now I know it's getting easier. It's not easy, but it's getting easier, because I know on the other side of letting go of what I believe to be my truth, letting go of the attachments that I hold, I know on the other side of that is going to be growth. I know it's going to be something better. I know God, Goddess, the Most High. I know whatever God is guiding me to let go of, I know it's only so that I can have empty hands, so that God can place something better in my hands. I know whatever God is guiding me to let go of, I know it's so that I can have empty hands, so that God can place something better in my hands. So last night was a death and rebirth process for me, and it was emotional. But it's getting easier, because I know that it's for my. I always know that something better is on the other side. I know it's for my highest good. I know it's for the best thing for me, and I also know that whatever is true in my heart, I know whatever is true to my heart, whatever desires or whatever is in my heart, I know that will always come back around. Whatever is true to my heart, I know that will always come back around. I know I will never lose that. I know I'm never separate from the things that are in my heart, that are true in my heart. So last night was a death and rebirth process for me. And what the energies that are coming in, the energies that are coming in, this is how I interpret them. So we're being guided to let go of these attachments that we have to the physical world, to physicality, period. We're being guided to let go of the attachments that we have to physicality, period, to our physical bodies, to our houses, to our cars, to other people. We're being guided to let go of these attachments. And the reason why we're being guided to let go of these attachments is to understand that even without those things that we identify ourselves as, so with letting go of those things that we identify ourselves as, and we feel like we're going to be lost without them, we're going to feel like, how can we go on without this? How can I be happy without this? How can I be satisfied without this? We're going to understand once we let that go, that it wasn't those things external to you. It wasn't the physicality. It wasn't that other person. It isn't your car. It isn't your home. Those things don't make you. So we're being guided to let go of these attachments that we have, that we identify ourselves as. Other people, our homes, our cars, our accomplishments, our successes. We're being guided to let those things go in order to understand that those things do not make you. You know those things aren't your truth. Your truth is that you are an energy seated with life force, with God, with the Most High energy, the Supreme Creator, Source, the Central Sun, God, Goddess. You are an energy seated with the energy of the Supreme Creator, the Creator of all that is. The Creator of all that is. So we're being guided to let go of these attachments, to know that the physical world doesn't make you. The physical world doesn't make you. You make the physical world. We're being guided to let go of these attachments outside of ourselves so that we understand and that we know the physical world does not make us. We make the physical world. We make the physical world. Quite literally, you make the physical world. When we have these attachments to these things outside of us, our cars, our jobs, our careers, other people, what we label ourselves to be, our bodies, what we're doing is we're giving away our life force energy. When you have these attachments to these things outside of ourselves, when we have these attachments to things outside of ourselves, our jobs, our cars, our homes, physicality, period, we give our life force energy away. We give our life force energy away, quite literally. What you focus on grows. What you focus on grows. The reason why, no slight to these companies, but the reason why like Apple is such a huge success, a huge company, congratulations to them. And there's enough to go around. Abundance is unlimited. That's another thing that we were programmed to believe, that there's a finite amount of resources. Abundance is unlimited. And that's another thing that we're being guided to let go of things so that we understand the life force energy within us supplies unlimited access to all. The life force energy within us supplies unlimited access to all. So the reason why Apple is such a huge company, a huge success, is because of the energy that people put on that company. The energy that you put on that company, it grows. So many people are raving and ranting about a product. What happens when you rave and rant about a product? That product grows. And we think it's just, we don't think as deep as the energetic level of how that works. We don't think as deep of the we don't think as deep as the energetic level of how that works. The life force energy within us, the God, Goddess force energy within us, that energy is limitless. That energy is limitless. So when you focus your life force energy on things external to yourself, you're giving your power away. You're giving your power away. Now, what God, Goddess, Source, the Most High wants us to do is focus our life force energy within. So focus that energy on ourselves. Go within and focus that energy on ourselves so that we understand and that we don't chase. We understand that so that we are not dependent on things outside of ourselves. We're being guided to let go of the attachments on physicality, other people, and things outside of ourselves, to understand that we are not dependent on the things outside of ourselves. We've been programmed to believe that we are dependent on the things outside of ourselves, that we are dependent on our jobs, that we are dependent on certain people, that we have to be dependent on things outside of ourselves in order to survive, in order to get by. We are no longer in the business. We are no longer in the business of life to get by. That's so funny. That just came to me. We are no longer in the business of life just to survive and get by. We are no longer in the business of life just to survive and get by. We are here to be in our true essence. We are here to allow ourselves to expand into our fullness, beyond our fullness. What is our fullness? Limitless. We are limitless. We are limitless. So I had an intuitive download last night. an intuitive download last night that I had. Again, I had the death and rebirth process. And God was like, Source was like, and it's God's source energy is not, I believe it isn't separate from ourselves. Again, whatever I say, the words that I speak are my perceptions of what is. They're my perceptions of what is. Really, what I want to do is I want to help activate other people into their truths. I want to help other people activate the life force within them. I want to help other people activate the God or goddess within them so that they can be able to perceive energies and perceive their truths and discern what's true to them or not. Because anything in this world, you get to decide what's your truth or not. So whatever I say, you can take what resonates. You can take what resonates or just leave it. You know, I'm fine either way. I'm here to share my truths and what I believe, and whatever resonates with you, that's great. You know, we're all going to have different perceptions of how this life thing works. But last night I got a intuitive download. God, Source, the Most High was like, God, Goddess, Source, the Most High was like, because I was being resistant. I was being resistant to the change because I felt like energies coming in. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I felt like a pressure. I felt energies went like a pressure of energies. At first I thought it was just like spirit trying to say something to me, but I was like, this pressure is kind of heavy. So I was like, I don't know what this is. So I just kept on working. I kept on trucking through my day and working. And I love what I do. I love what I do here. I love sharing my truths. I love sharing the energies that I embody. I love being of service to humanity. So I love helping others understand that they are more than what they were told or believe that they are. I love helping others come into the understanding that they are more than what they were told or believe that they are. I love it. I love it. So last night, I knew something big was about to happen. I was like, I felt a huge pressure on me. I was like, what is this? I was like, okay, I think Spirit's trying to tell me something. And I kept on being nudged to go into meditation a couple of times today. Or a couple of times during the day yesterday, I was nudged to go into a meditation. Like I meditate when I get up, 10 to 20 minutes when I get up, I meditate. And then I meditate throughout the day normally. But yesterday was a busy day. There was a couple of things that I wanted to get done. And that's one thing that I am stepping into as well, honoring myself and my goals and what I want to do. So I was guided to go into meditation yesterday, but I didn't. I was being resistant. I just kept on doing what I was doing. And then I finally posted the podcast, and then the Knowledge is Power Hermetic Principle Vibration yesterday to the YouTube channel, Kingdom Things Podcast on YouTube. Go subscribe and check that out. So I posted the video on YouTube and I got my podcast posted. And it was late in the day. It was late in the day when I finally wrapped everything up. Of course, I did take some breaks. I ate and I went outside to ground my energy in the grass. And I'm so blessed. There's a waterway in the backyard, like behind my home. There's a waterway. So I went back there to ground and sit by the water. So I did that. And then I came back inside. And then I watched. So we are the creators of our lives, right? So that's the thing that we're being guided into, that we are the creators of our lives, quite literally. Quite literally. We're being guided to use our own life force to intentionally create our lives. That's what Ascension, a part of Ascension is using our own life force, the God or Goddess within, to begin to intentionally create our lives. So that's what I've been working through myself. You know, we're all human. We're all on this journey together. So that's what I've been working through myself. And I've been doing a lot of really awesome manifesting. I've been like manifesting a lot of really cool things. And I know that along with like ourselves, like we like, okay, I want a huge house. I want that now. I want it now. I want to manifest it now. We are manifesting on a singular level, but we're a part of the grand creation of what is. We're a part of the grand creation of what is. So our manifestations work with everyone else's manifestations. Like it's a whole machine. It's a whole creation. So we have to wait for the divine timing for everything to come in, right? We have to wait for the divine timing for everything to come in. But yesterday, after I grounded my energy, I came back inside, and on YouTube, there was a video. Ram Dass and Eckhart Tolle did a sitting together, and I've been listening to a lot of Ram Dass and Eckhart Tolle lately. So I was like super excited. I felt like I manifested it. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh snap. I'm gonna listen to this, and it was a treat. It was really, really amazing. It was really a great treat. It was like candy for the soul. I really loved it. So I was laying there, and then I was guided to listen to my podcast, You Are. And I listened to that. I was like, okay. I see what Spirit's trying to say. That I'm the power behind everything, and that I get to make my own decisions. And Spirit was kind of saying, like, you're saying that you want this. You're saying that Spirit said, you're saying that you want this. I scripted a letter to the universe on how I wanted my life to be, what I wanted in my life. And these things are unfolding. These energies are unfolding. These energies are unfolding. The universe, God, Goddess, the Most High, my higher self, are walking me through the energies of everything that I want to design my life to be. So God or Spirit or the Most High was saying, you're saying that you want this, but you're being resistant. You're being resistant. So I was like, okay, let me go into meditation. I went into meditation, and I quote unquote fell asleep. It's like when you first start to fall asleep, that's where I was at when you first start to fall asleep. I'm not sure if that's alpha or delta. But when I was in that place for a while, and when I'm in that place, it feels like I'm there for hours. So I was laying there, and I woke up, and 30 minutes, only 30 minutes passed by. So I got up, and I was feeling bleh. It felt like the death process. I now know that was the death process. Because once we let go of those old energies, we are triggered. We are triggered into feelings of suffering. Once we let go of the old energies, we are triggered into feelings of suffering. And that is another part of the programs that we have indoctrinated into our DNA. That is a part of the programmings that we have indoctrinated into our DNA. Whenever we let go of energies in order to step into a new version of ourselves, in order to expand behind that box that the DNA is programmed into, we feel like we've died. We feel like an ego death, basically. It's an ego death or an earth personality death, where we let go and release the things that we thought we were. So I got up, and I was feeling away, but I was trying to act like I wasn't. I was like, let me stay in this positive move. Toxic positivity for you. I was like, let me stay in the positive light. And I felt like I wasn't feeling it. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And I felt triggered to run to people in my life and be that person, be the energy that I was before I laid down to go into that meditation, to let go of the energies that I thought I was. I felt triggered to run to the relationships and people as a version of the person that I was before I laid down in that meditation to let go of the energies of who I thought I was. And God was like, you're saying you want this, but you're being resistant. You're still being resistant. So instead of going to run to be the person that I was before I laid down for that meditation, I decided to just stay to myself and just kind of feel my way through the process, be my way through the process. Not even feel my way, just be my way through the process. Just let myself be. And once I did that, I felt an inclination to do a couple other things. So I did a couple other things that really triggered and lit a spark within me to say, oh, okay, this is what this is. I was letting go of an older version of myself in order to step into a new version of myself. A version of myself that can speak on the things that I'm speaking on. So I said, oh, okay, that laying down and going into that 30-minute meditation that felt like hours was me letting go of the energies that I thought I was in order to step into this version of me that you're hearing today, that can speak on the things that I'm speaking on, that can allow the energies in to understand the things that I'm speaking on, to download the information that I'm speaking on. So speaking on the information that I'm speaking on, so we're being guided to let go of the attachments. We're being guided to let go of the attachments to the physical world. We're being guided to let go of the attachments of the beliefs of who we think we are. We're being guided to let go of these energies in order to understand that we are the life force energy. We are the actual creators of our lives. We no longer have to let other people outside of us, other things outside of us, programmings outside of us define who we are. We are no longer letting things outside of us, people outside of us, society, or programmings outside of us define who we are. We're letting go of that. We're stepping out of that. We're expanding out of that with ascension. So we are coming into the knowing that we are more than what we know we are, more than what we've been programmed to believe that we are, more than what we allow ourselves to be. We are more than what we allow ourselves to be. We are life force energy. We are life force energy. We are the energy of God, Goddess, the Supreme Creator, the Most High, Central Sun, Source, whatever you like to call the power behind what is. We are that life force energy. We are that life force energy. What does that mean? That means we are limitless. So, in order to begin to kind of flow into these new versions of ourselves, to flow into expansion, it's becoming formless or empty. What does that mean? It means letting go of the attachments to any and all things. Letting go of the attachments to any and all things. Letting go of the attachments doesn't mean that you're letting go of the thing altogether. It means that you understand that that thing doesn't make you. And it's the understanding that you are okay, that you are content, that you are happy without those things. It's not attaching your life force energy to things. It's not attaching your focus on things. It's focusing your life force energy on yourself, inward to yourself. So we are expansive. We are quite literally, we are the universe. We are the universe. We are the energy of the Most High Creator. We are the universe. We are the universe, quite literally. We've been programmed to believe. We've been programmed into these believings. We've been programming into these limited beliefs of what reality is. We've been programmed into these limiting beliefs of what reality is. Humans can only perceive 1% of what is. Humans can only perceive only 1% of what is. So we have our stars, the planets, what we see when we look up above. That is only 1% of what is. When we look up into the sky, and we see the stars and the planets, all of that great stuff, the gases, that is only 1% of what is. Our sciences label the 85% that we cannot perceive, and they call it 85%. I think it's more. I think the percentage that we cannot perceive is more. They say 85% we can't perceive, and they call it dark matter, and they believe it's just particles, just nothing particles. That 85% is our worlds and pictures and scenes that we cannot perceive. That 85% that our scientists call dark matter. Dark matter, our worlds, picture scenes, colors, knowings that we cannot perceive. Why can we not perceive them? Why can we not perceive them? This goes to the intuitive download that I got last night. So planet, stars, and the matter that we know are only one of many ways to perceive the space of what is. What we are not seeing is what we can't perceive with our minds and consciousness as it is developed. Our strict acceptance of form and reality is what restricts our perception of what is. So our strict acceptance of form and quote unquote reality is what restricts our perceptions of what is. Our dedicated belief in these characters that we play in life act as a brick wall between what we accept to be real and the expansiveness of what is. Our dedicated belief in these characters that we play in life act as a brick wall between what we accept to be real and the expansiveness of what is. Hermetics, the law of correspondence, as below, so above. As below, so above. If we continue to allow ourselves to be programmed into these boxes, to be told who we are, to not allow ourselves to grow by attaching to things in this world, we are limiting ourselves to the perceptions of what we were told, of what we're told who we are. We are limiting ourselves to a fraction of what we can be. So if we continue to allow ourselves to be programmed and told who we are, if we continue to attach to things in this world, we will continue to limit ourselves to a fraction of what we can be. As below, so above. This is mirrored in our actual existence and in the existence of space of what is. The way we limit ourselves and restrict ourselves to these characters that we play, to these programmings that we say are our truths, the way we limit ourselves in that way, that's the same way we limit the environment in which we live. That is the same way in which we limit the space in which we exist in. As below, so above. Our strict acceptance of form and quote unquote reality is what restricts our perceptions of what is. Our dedicated belief in these characters that we play in life act as a brick wall between what we accept to be real and the expansiveness of what is. And the expansiveness of what is. So we are a part of the quantum field. We are a part of the quantum field. We cannot perceive our quantum essence because of the human programs that taught us what is quote unquote real. As human beings, as energies, we are a part of the quantum field. We cannot perceive our quantum essence because of the human programs that taught us what is quote unquote real. So we have so many capabilities, so many functions, so many possibilities, unlimited. We are unlimited, just like the space that we reside in, just like God, Goddess, the Most High Creator. The Most High Creator is unlimited, knows no bounds. We are seated with that life force. We are seated with that life force energy. We are unlimited. We are unlimited. We are part of the quantum field. We have powers, abilities that we cannot perceive because of the programmings that tell us what is real, that we subscribe to, that's etched into our DNA. Now, I believe there's quantum reasons as to why, we've been programmed into these boxes. I believe there's many reasons that coexist at the same time that seem to be contradictory as to why we've been programmed into these limiting boxes. So, enslavement. We give our life force energy away. Instead of creating the lives that we desire, instead of being intentional creators, instead of being conscious creators, we attach to the outside world and we give our energy away. We literally give our energy away. We literally are enslaved to the physicality of this world. We are literally enslaved to the programs of this world. We are literally bound to the programs of this world. Why? Because in our truest essence, we are limitless. We are limitless. But we've been taught that there's things that we can't be. We've been taught that there's places that we can't go. We've been taught that there's things that we cannot do. We are enslaved to these programmings that put us in these boxes when we are in fact in our truest essence, limitless. So that goes into the other download that I got yesterday. True love is realizing freedom. Love is freeing, not the inflamed emotions, as these emotions keep you enslaved. So love is freeing. So we have these emotions within us, these passionate emotions within us, and these passionate emotions for other people, and we believe that that's love. We've been programmed to believe that that's love, but again, that's another program to keep us contained, to keep us contained, to keep us contained. Once we relieve ourselves of these, once we relieve ourselves of giving away our life force energies to these facets and programs and attachments on the outside of us, once we redirect that energy within, we become conscious creators. We become content. We become free because we know that we thrive in and of our own beingness. We are designed to thrive in and of our own beingness. We've been programmed to believe that we have to attach to other people for survival. We have to attach to things for survival. We have to attach to our jobs for survival. We were created to thrive in and of our own beingness. Why? Because we are seated with the energy of the Most High Creator. We are energies seated with the energy of God, Goddess, the Central Sun, the Most High Source. We are seated with this energy. So we are designed, we were created to thrive in and of our own beingness. In and of our own beingness. We are being guided to become conscious creators. We are being guided to become the conscious creators of our lives. What does becoming a conscious creator mean? It means creating off of our own life force. It means creating from our hearts. It means creating from our souls and not creating from the thoughts and patterns that were programmed into our DNA, that were programmed into our minds, that evoke fear, that say that that the programs that say we have limitations. We're being guided to become conscious creators, use our own life force energy, the own God or Goddess energy within, to intentionally create our lives from our hearts, from our souls, where there are no limitations. Where there are no limitations. So we can say that we've been programmed into these boxes for many reasons. I believe that it's many reasons that seem to be contradictory, but they exist at the same time. That's my belief. Take what you want, leave what you don't. Right? Take what you want, leave what you don't. So one reason I believe is enslavement. We give our life force away quite literally, as below, so above. History repeats itself. Time is not linear. Time goes into a circle. So we literally are enslaved to this physical world. We literally are slaves to this physical world. We literally walk around deactivated. Our life force energy within is not activated. You have the power within you to create worlds. You have the power within you to create worlds. But you have been told that you have limitations. You have been told that you are to stay in this box. So that's where you are a slave to what this world says that you are. We are enslaved to this world. So that's one reason why I believe that we've been placed into these boxes, to be slaves to this world. And then the other reason is it might seem contradictory, but again, quantum, two things that seem to be contradictory but coinciding and being true at the same time. The other reason is I believe that we hid our powers from ourselves. So we hid our powers from ourselves. Everything is happening at the same time. Everything is actually happening at the same time. We are a young species. We are a young collective. We are a young society, humanity. Inside of us, we have the power to create worlds. We war with each other. We have the power inside of us to create worlds, but we war with each other over resources. We weren't ready for our power. We have the power within us, the life force energy within each and every one of us to create worlds. But we war with each other over resources of this planet. We were not ready to realize our powers. We were not ready to realize our powers. I believe that we hid our own powers from ourselves until we matured enough to grasp the infinite nature of who we are, the infinite nature of our power. Now, with our consciousness expanding, we are stepping into our infinite nature. We are stepping into our infinite nature. So this process of ascension is one that we're all going through on an individual basis, but together at the same time. Our energies are like if you imagine like a spider web or a constellation in the sky, a humongous constellation in the sky, star constellation in the sky. That's what our energy fields are. Like, we're energy in and of ourselves. We're life force in and of ourselves, but we act as a brain, like neurons in a brain. We are each neurons in a brain, but we're connected. You know how the neurons in the brain are connected. We are each neurons in a brain that are connected. Our energies are connected. So we're going through this on an individual basis, but we're also going through this together as a collective called humanity. So if you are needing assistance with working through energies within yourself to step into your expansiveness, to activate the life force within you, to activate the God or goddess within you, or you just want to talk about what you're going through and you just need help working through what you're going through, email myself, Ashley Nicole Phillips, at kingdomthingspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's Ashley at kingdomthingspodcast@gmail.com. I will have the email in the description of this podcast posting. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me today. I know we are, feeling through a lot of energies right now, but we are going to be more than okay. On the other side of this bridge is, a new land of limitless, boundless opportunities and potentials. And love can bridge any gap. Love can bridge any gap. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. Love on yourself through this process. Love on yourself through this process. Love on yourself through this process more than anything else. Be loving and compassionate to others as well. Thank you guys again so much for joining me today on Kingdom Things Podcast. When you're done here, Kingdom Things Podcast, head over to Wattpad. I'll also have the links in the posting of this podcast. I wrote a story about a girl named Asiyah. She's a foster kid growing up in New York City, and she's on this path of growth and expansion and realizing her truths and her potentials as well. Read her story. Let me know if there are any correlations between her life and yours. Let me know if you liked it. I also have the story My Other Half, in which I wrote. It is about our infinite potentials, our infinite reality, our infiniteness, our infinite beingness. It's about two souls traveling through lifetimes. They're destined to be together. But again, the programmings and limiting beliefs, stop them from, realizing their love through the lifetimes. Which lifetime will they realize their love? My Other Half, the link is in the posting of this podcast. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. Thank you so much for joining. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day. I love you.